Moran as a company has been in the business now for the last 8-9 years. But we like saying we've been here now not for 9 years, because we are the same people who ran Macmillan. And if I ran Macmillan for 27 years and now the 8 years with Moran, then we can talk of being here for 35 years. So that's our experience in total. I have staff with me who also used to work with Macmillan, who have served the company now for upwards of 28 years each. And one of them is our current managing director, Mrs. Mary Maina, and the finance director, Mr. Stephen Muholo. They have been with me. They are faithful servants. They have worked very well. In fact, I see them as my colleagues through and through, and we are a formidable team. Being a teacher is a very nice thing. People will look down on teaching as a job that doesn't pay. I know it pays because I've met many students that I taught, and they have a lot of respect for me. Even those we quarreled with those days, today they are proud and they tell me they are happy that I molded them to be who they are today. By changing to go into publishing, I tell people I did not change from teaching per se. I simply changed from being in the classroom using chalk and the duster to using pen and paper and the printed word in books to continue teaching. So I'm literally still in the same job, educating the nation, educating our people, but not necessarily studying in front of a classroom. But yes, to me, the satisfaction is seeing the joy of people using our products or seeing somebody very happy because they have been propped by something I have done. I feel very, very grateful about that. So I don't look myself as a salesperson. Salesmanship in this business is simply helping the teacher, helping the child interpret the books that work towards satisfying a curriculum and making that child a better person, a better citizen for this country. That has been my role, and I will still play it, probably till I die. I am a blessed person. I think because of my love for God and country, I was rewarded with promotions from time to time. As a teacher, I was promoted very quickly to a head of department, and then was made a deputy principal before I left for publishing. Started off as a salesman, and I was a salesman for 3 years before I was made the general manager of the company. And in 2 years' time, my position moved from general manager to managing director. Even for me, I thought that was too fast. But my bosses then believed I was capable. They believed in me, and thanks be to God, I also believed in myself. I remained the managing director of Macmillan from 1990 until 2009. So when we bought the company and renamed it Moran, I continued in my position as the managing director of the company until earlier this year, April 2019, when our former chairman, the Honorable Mude Awori, retired as a chair, and I saw it fit for me now to occupy his position. So I took over from the Honorable Mude Awori in April this year. And yes, I'm proud to have been there in the growth of this company until now. Macmillan was doing a very good job in this country, but they made mistakes in other parts of Africa. And in a way, they soiled their name. And both Honorable Awori and I felt that we did not want to be part and parcel of a company that had messed itself. So we wanted out. But in the process, this is when the discussions about buying the company came in. And having worked with the company for 27 years, I knew the pros and cons and the bad and the good of the industry. So I was best placed probably to agree that the company would be better in our hands than in newer hands. And we were informed by, again, the will, the passion that we had in creating success for Macmillan then, and we felt we can create success for ourselves. That's what we have done. We were very fortunate to have been the people to continue running what used to be Macmillan. We didn't have a difficult time convincing the public that we can deliver probably better than Macmillan. Reason being, we were the same faces that they used to see. We were the people visiting schools and selling the Macmillan products. We were the people scouting for others in this country. We were the face of the company Macmillan. So when we changed to Moran, it was simply an easy task to convince people that all we have done is put old wine into new wineskins. And people accepted that. We have remained a very strong company and a very strong brand in the market up to now. Now, Moran Publishers have been lucky. Lucky because of the continuous engagement with our old colleagues, our old staff, the love that we have, as I said, all of us as old members of staff who know each other, people who love their work, that passion about what we do, which has held us together, that to me has been our success, the thing that has given us success, probably more than other companies. We also run what we call an open door policy. In this company, we don't close our doors. When we open and you come here at 6 o'clock in the morning, our doors will be open. And you come here at 7 o'clock in the evening, believe it or not, staff will still be working. They do not demand overtime from me. They work willingly. They do this willingly. A time like now, when we are preparing for submission of materials for grade 4, for CBC, my staff are working tirelessly. I admire them. To me, without them, the success we are talking about will not be there. And they know that we are in it together. We consult each other. Here we don't call each other by Sir, Mr. or whatever. We know each other by the first name. And I'm sure it's something you will witness for yourself as we get along. So to my staff, I am David. To them, I also know them by their first names. And it remains the thing that propels us on a day-to-day basis. Trust and confidence in the people we employ has helped us to branch out from Nairobi to Kampala to Dar es Salaam to Kigali. We are in Malawi and we are in Zambia. Where we do not have a fully fledged office, we have an agent who sells books on our behalf, and we've been able to publish books to the curriculums of those particular countries. We are particularly very strong in atlases, cartographic works, atlases and world maps. Nobody in this part of the world can compete with us in that area. So we have a kind of a monopoly in producing warm-ups for schools and atlases. Using very experienced cartographers, both locally and abroad. The people who work for us know that they can depend on us as much as we can depend on them. So we don't have to be there. And in these days with technology making everything very easy, we will talk on a daily basis, either on the phone or exchange mails through emails, etc., exchange files, and it's working for us. We have nothing to fear. We have nothing to worry about. We've been able to participate in government projects in Rwanda and also in Uganda. And we have also participated in another government project in Malawi. And one time we were able even to participate in a project in both Somaliland and Somalia. And we are hoping to go there in a bigger way when the fighting slows down. We're keeping our eyes open so that we can do this. We have attempted to get into Southern Sudan. It has not worked very well for us, but we are not giving up. We will still be going into Southern Sudan soon. We have attempted to make an entry into Ethiopia, but Ethiopia has a small problem because of the language. You know, they speak Amharic more than any other language. But sooner, English is also becoming a factor, and we'll be there also to publish for that market. I have a great team. When you recruit, and you recruit the right people, and you show them what you want them to do, then you have a chance that you could be with them longer than people you just employ and throughout. My team come as partners, as colleagues. I don't take them as just employees. We work together, and we agree that every idea that is given by whoever, even if you are employed here as a person to pack books, so long as you have an idea about what we need to do to improve, we listen to you. And those ideas are what have kept us going. We have a very, what I would call slow staff turnover. My staff stay with me because I feel I need them. I reward them well, but the greatest reward is friendship. And that friendship has kept us together. We are a family, and we like referring to each other as a family. When one has a need, we address that need as a team. Whether it's a social need, like a marriage or a birthday, we celebrate each other's birthday as a company. And we support each other if you have a bereavement. And that helps us to bond. And we have remained very strong up to now. I think something I would never want to break, because this is the team, as I said, who have made Moran a very successful company. From the times I was young, I witnessed leaders making mistakes and others making great, or situations that looked very bad look very easy. And that is why I said I was influenced by the likes of Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, because nothing seemed very difficult for him. He made things look very easy when he was addressing even very difficult issues, sometimes even joking over very serious matters. That taught me a big lesson. As I went through schooling, I came across very, very influential head teachers, teachers and head teachers. One of my head teachers once told us something I like quoting every day, that he does not believe in the saying that you cannot take a donkey to the water, but you cannot make him drink. He said, so long as the donkey has agreed to go to the water, he will at least make his lips wet. To me, that is a leader who did not want to see the weakness of students who are poor performers in class, saying even poor performers can be made to improve little by little. And to me, that is the leadership I would like to have, that even today, where I am, and the people I work with, I don't care about the small mistakes that people make. Correct those small mistakes, and you may have a great person as a worker, as a leader in the person that you think is a failure. So if I have learned anything, is to ignore the minor mistakes that people make and probably make this person realize that they are made of better stuff. I do not like criticizing people for making errors. I like encouraging them to make even more errors, because you will not succeed without making some of those mistakes. In the process, my team still holds together because they know they will be encouraged, and I encourage them to encourage each other so that we move from one level to another. Once upon a time, I talked of investing money in a project that I thought would pay off. And we sunk in millions of shillings in development costs. Unfortunately, just when we are about to launch the program into the marketplace, the curriculum and everything that we had looked up to collapsed. So all my money went down the drain. Something you cannot and can never recover. That decision I had made it was made in haste, in the sense that we knew something might happen, but we wanted to be the first in the market, to surprise the market with a certain product. But we were the ones who got the surprise, because what we thought would happen did not happen. So we burnt our fingers. And I learned my lesson. I said, we should not be hasty. We should be patient, study the market, see the trends, and then invest wisely. That was the worst thing I have ever done for my company. Of course, better things have happened where we have invested, and the right things have happened, and the government has bought our books. We've got various set books, and when you have a set book, you know it becomes a money maker. And when recently the government started buying books directly from publishers, we were lucky to have 4 of our books included in the program, and that has helped us to remain afloat up to now. As a company, as Moran, my greatest joy is being able to change the thinking of the people I interact with, and being able to interact with the people in high places. I will remember one time when I got a direct call from the President of Uganda, His Excellency President Museveni. I didn't know what he was going to talk to me about, but you can imagine my fear when you have a telephone call from somebody you are not expecting. But his chat with me was very healthy, and he put me at ease the moment he took the phone and started joking, even joking in Kikuyu. And out of our interaction came the revision of one book that we've done for Honorable Museveni, Sowing the Mustard Seed. And I had the special privilege of launching this book with President Museveni in Kampala at the Serena Hotel. And he said very good words about us and what we had done in the book. We are also the publishers of a fantastic book that I would encourage every Kenyan to read. The book by the late Reverend John Gatto. Reverend John Gatto, as people know it, wrote about things that people in this country would have considered as taboo, including even writing about himself to a point of, revealing that at one time, in a point of anger, during the time he was being recruited as a soldier, he actually drew somebody out of a moving train. He doesn't know the fate of that person. That's why I would say you read that book and you know. But in meeting and relating with such great people makes me feel like I've achieved something. The same thing that I've done with Honorable Mude Awori, who has been my able chairman for upwards of 35 years. Mude Awori was the chairman of Macmillan, Kenya earlier, and when we bought the company, he became the chair of Moran, and we worked together. And if I know a gentleman, one who influences you on how to live healthy, one who influences you on how to stay young, one who influences you on how to keep time, unlike Kenyan politicians, but this one really knows how to keep time, then Mude Awori is your man. And I can tell you, I've learned a lot from that man, interacting with him. And yes, I'm not a politician. I will not want to be one, but I love Mude Awori for his work. Recently, through him, we were also able to launch a book by Francis Atwoli, which is probably our latest biography. And that is an area which has not been well documented in Kenya. We need more Kenyans to write their biographies, autobiographies. And we are looking out for people who will bring these materials to us. We have a few we are considering right now, but there are some people we have sent emissaries to because we want them to agree to write. Unfortunately, many Kenyans are dying with the history of this country, and they are not telling it out, and we really need it. And perhaps it's up to the media fraternity in this country also to go out looking for these people. We need to tell their story. This is one area where we as Moran have agreed that we must invest in, and therefore anybody out there with material, with a story to tell, please talk to us. It costs you nothing. People fear costs. When you come to Moran, it will cost you nothing. We are the ones who will probably invest in your story. So talk to us.